20 minutes north of me.
I think I should be voted best personality.
Nice. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the 2019 end-of-year GAUL podcast, live from Levittown, New York. We're going to give out awards today, and we're going to make fun of each other. We're going to have a lot of fun, right?
Yes. Always fun.
Sounds great.
All right. So around the horn, we got Mike Quezada, we got Sammy Perez, we got Phil Freziello, we got JD John Denaro, Dan Mora, and I'm Anthony Dioria. Our board being run today by Joe Buscarino, formerly known as the Long Island Podcast Studio. And we are on remote here in Levittown.
Definitely
And,
the first time to say
you know, I know it's been like, I don't know, a month and a half since we finished playing GAUL, but like, what better time than the holiday season to give out some holiday cheer and some awards?
I agree.
that, brother.
That's
It's been a
great.
month and a half.
I feel like it's November 11th, right? 12th?
Yeah, because you guys finished like a week or two before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So, I don't know, when you're eliminated in the first game of the day for nothing, it seems like it happened, you know, a long time
It
ago.
was really warm watching it on Facebook. It was a good year.
Well, what are you going to do? It happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we had a pretty good season this year. What do you guys think? I think that we had a lot of new guys come in. We had some old guys come back. We had I think some upsets this year. I don't know. I felt like the vibe at GAUL was really really spectacular.
Yeah,
Yes,
Great
we
year.
love
Great year. I think it was the most well-balanced year since I've been on the
Thanks.
It was pretty dope to hear about a brand new team just coming
Yeah.
in, just straight up, and actually getting a win.
it. Yeah, I
actually
agree.
getting a win.
Yeah, they beat the.
Who'd they beat?
You know, who'd they beat?
Who did they beat again?
I don't know. Phil, do you know who they beat? Do you know who they beat?
I don't know.
I think Maura knows who they beat. Who they
What
beat?
is it?
face.
I just got a text from Montero. Don't say a word. Sorry.
That's right. Pash only.
that's right. Move on.
Giving the Mile High Hitter Club their first one of the year. And I guess we'll just use as a segue. We're going to get right into the awards. And the first award we're going to give out is Rookie of the Year 2019 GAUL. And it's going to go to the entire Mile High Hitter Club organization.
Smiled all year.
Yes.
Those guys brought it and smiled.
They were probably, you know, the best thing that's happened to whiffs in our area in a long
Take
time.
it easy.
Sorry, 11040.
They're great, but
So
great.
shout outs to Anthony DeFalco, the owner, Michael Pedisano, Mike Corrado, Ryan Galligan, Dan Boley, and unfortunately one player who didn't show up, Aaron Schuster, who, you know, fought some illnesses during the year.
Where'd they come from?
They're friends of mine from Anthony I went to high school with, and he works with most of those guys from Port Authority at the airport.
Nice.
And they're good dudes. They actually know Kyle Price and guys from
Booyah.
Booyah.
Yeah, Booyah's
Kyle
not
Price
on
works with them.
TSA.
Yeah. So they he works at JFK, some of them work with LaGuardia, so it's all one big collection of hot guys. Very exciting. And yeah, they were a lot of fun because they came down and like they knew they were gonna get their butts kicked and they just
And they came every week.
Every week.
Yep.
every week.
Smiling.
But you
That's
saw
dope.
them improve game after game after game after game. So I mean, they won. It was well deserved. So,
I agree.
you know.
Yeah, I mean Phil, I know you weren't there, but
Nope.
you should at least appreciate a bunch
I
of
do.
nobodies coming off the street and trying to play some GAUL.
No. It sounded like it was good. I didn't experience it, but everyone said they were cool.
It looked great from Facebook.
That's
Yeah.
I agree. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next award. Which one do you want to do next?
Let's go.
Let's run through them all for everybody. So we're going to show you the board in a little bit. But we have MVP still to go. We have Owner of the Year, the Connor Cy Young Award, Nasty Bat for Best Offensive Player, Golden Palm for Best Defensive Player, the Most Improved Player, and then finally the Pash Only Award, Golden Stick Pash Award, goes to Nifman, who's not here right now, but he earned it the last day of the week for his Pash and Piss Tent.
Yes.
I mean,
It's time.
And
This
this man's
man
got
was
passion.
clutch.
Yeah.
Pashed up.
He was
Plus 10.
LFG Nation.
all right, so
Most improved.
let's do Most Improved. I agree. We'll work from the bottom up. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for your contribution.
There you go.
Great job. Good to see you alive here. Dan, you know, doing his best Michael Jordan impersonation, playing with the flu, really came.
It's the flu
Prepared.
podcast.
Yeah.
I was doing bowling.
So-
Yeah, everybody's sick for Christmas.
Most Improved was a questionable topic because, you know, there were a lot of guys who definitely took steps in the right direction. And maybe we'll just go around the horn quick and maybe give everyone give their opinion on who they think should win it, maybe should have been in contention, or maybe did win it and we just won't tell anybody until we relieve it, we reveal it. So we'll start with Mr. Q over here.
So my first pick for most improved player was a teammate of mine. Sadly, he couldn't play with us due to a freak accident on the train. But I went with Nick Caranar. You know, he came up. I think he led the league with four triples. You know, needs to work on that.
That's
The
a
power
time, man.
a little
Classic
bit,
Tony
but
TP.
And where's he? He's been like fifth in the line
yeah,
too, right?
yeah. But he got pitches to hit, and he made the most of all of his at bats. So I'm going with him.
I don't think that's a fair bet. I think that's a fair pick.
Interesting. Yeah, from what I saw from the outside, on all social media, Facebook, everything, Nick Valenti looked like he was hitting walk-offs like every week.
That's true.
Every week.
I
Like
can vouch
nothing.
for him.
And then JD, can
Yeah,
you vouch
my
for
vote
some
went.
Nick
Yeah,
Valenti?
my vote went to Nick
Nick
Valenti.
Valente, of course. He was
Yeah.
calling him too. He was like, JD, I'm gonna do it right here. I'm like, go.
Did he
go,
do him with the glasses?
And he'd do it. And he'd be like,
It was
"That's
definitely the
Coco."
glasses.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah,
definitely the glasses.
he came with passion. He brought
Yeah,
it. And all he said was, they doubted me. They're not going to doubt me now. And good for you, Nick.
I
You
know
did great
exactly
this
who they
season.
mean. I go with Valenti. Yeah, Valenti.
They. That boy, Nick.
Well, I guess JD's gonna go with Nick Valenti as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
Or from the hospital. What do you think?
Straight from the
I'm
ICU.
gonna go with Nick Arnari. I don't
The
know much
Knicks
to say
dominated.
other than that.
And the Knicks are awesome.
Ditto to what Hugh said. So same.
Thank you.
I mean, could we maybe give out co-awards for most improved?
Those two, either one could get it. They're
Could
both
you-
good
would
Let's
maybe-
make it the Nick Award.
Nick squared.
Yeah, Nick Square.
Oh, Nick Square. Oh,
Nick
that's,
squared.
Okay.
that's very homosexual. But let's do it.
Easy.
Yeah, wow.
This
I
is
think you're getting delirious
strictly
over
for Gaul.
there.
Yeah.
It's all that
Strictly for
cloth
Gaul.
mess I've been drinking.
Yeah, this is strictly for golf.
This is good.
I mean,
Phil, I would ask for your opinion, but you didn't show up at all this year,
Show
so
up.
thank you.
Huh?
Oh,
I
who
told you I
drafted
wasn't
him,
going to
too?
be there.
they drafted him.
Yeah, I showed up. I drafted you hoping you would do something, but yet again, you did nothing. So
Made no bones about the fact that I was not going to be
do
there.
nothing.
Did you win fantasy?
Yeah, that's
Take
not
it.
good.
No, I don't.
He beat me in the first round of the playoffs by 1.8, so let's not
That's
have to
true,
go
I
for it. It was
did.
still good.
And then lost last week, but
Yeah.
we're not going to
Got
talk
First
about
smoked.
round.
me, so I wasn't even
I
competitive.
sat King and Drake.
First round in
Oh,
goal.
life,
First round in
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I do best.
Yeah, we're live.
I stumble into the
Yeah.
playoffs. I show up. I lose by like 1.8. We lose 1-0 in I mean,
Oh,
close,
on his
non-competitive games.
Oh,
Okay,
All right, so I think unanimously we can agree that maybe we'll give out the most improved to
Goals.
both Nick
I'm going Nick
Arnari
squared.
and Nick Valenti, and we're gonna from now on name it the Nick Squared
The
Award.
Nick Square
Fair,
Award.
that's
I
fair.
like that.
I think that's what we do here. We come up
Search
with
for
rules
big game
and then we vote.
You'll
That's what we
find
do.
it.
All right, moving on. We're gonna go on to the Golden Palm, which is the Best Defensive Player Award. Some of the guys that were brought up for this, I think, are incredible in the field, and as somebody who's mediocre at best in the field,
You're pretty damn good.
I have my moments.
You've made some plays on me that's won games.
Yes, that's fair.
And
Well,
tons of
I
pride.
bring my best when I play JD. But you got guys who are consistently out there. It just seems like every time the ball's near them, it's just a vacuum clean to their hand. I know that one of them you've been friends with for a very long time, JD. So why don't you tell us a little about FK and FK and why he's a great defensive
You
player?
blasted at him. You don't even celebrate. You know he's going to play. He's a guy.
He's a hell of an
He
infielder.
makes
Yeah.
it.
Hell
That
of an
makes every
infielder.
play
Makes
makes it look
everything look
easy.
easy.
No sweat involved, and he's good. He's just always been doing that, whatever sport it is. Now it just happens to be wiffle ball.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like on the mound he makes so many of those plays where he's throwing the pitch, he's falling off one way, and then all of a sudden he just.
Yeah.
And it's a dangerous sport, let me tell you.
Yeah,
So shout out to him for
Right.
staying intact.
Now, the other man we've discussed for Defensive Player of the Year is Sean Handow, who I believe is technically making his GAUL debut. So perhaps we could consider him for Rookie of the Year, but we'll pass.
Golden Palm.
I know that during
He won it.
playoff Sunday he made a lot of incredible plays. He's really tall.
He's the tallest infielder, I think, in Golden State.
He's
Yeah, like, what do you
easily-
hit by him?
Yeah.
Nothing. He grabs. He has a wingspan like this. He just gets the ball. He's I don't know. He was my vote for defensive player.
He makes
My
play
vote as
after
well.
play. You look over, he's just making plays.
All right. So congratulations, Sean Handout. You are the 2019 GAUL Defensive Player of the Year, the Golden Palm. Impressive.
6 guys won the Harry Palm Award. We won't go into that.
Wow.
That's a side podcast for that's the
Yeah.
post 10 p.m. podcast when JD's about to fall asleep, but now in that weird I'm like gonna hallucinate but talk normally kind of mode, and who knows what's gonna happen.
That's when that's when the lights get
So I guess Mora has evacuated himself, so this is always good. So let's move on to owner of the year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll skip the
I like
individual
that.
accolades for players. We'll go to owner of the year. Now, owner of the year is, I think, one of the more prestigious. That's not a real word. Prestigious awards in wiffle ball because GAUL requires a draft, and you have to put your team together, and you have to actually pick guys to play with, as opposed to trying to form your best team during the summer. So,
And you gotta get
Sorry,
qualified
little
too
tickle
with
in my
that.
oh, you gotta qualify. Sorry, a little tickle in my nose.
It happens.
And so it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, JD as an owner, what do you think? What is it like to be an owner in GAUL, especially when you're going through the draft process and then having the responsibility of
The
making sure guys show
worst
up?
part is getting guys to give you $20 for a jersey.
I believe that.
But
That's
this
fair.
year my team was great. Everyone paid up right on time. I know who the owner of the year is not, and it's Falcon.
Yeah, wow.
Dude, I love the guy. but
Shots
dude,
fired.
Dude, come on.
Well, it wasn't his fault that the league stepped in and took his team away from him due to
Use
lack
steroids,
due to
you
lack
get
of
them.
drafting actual players that are going to play and then showing up.
He had a good team on paper. A very, very
Yes.
good team on
Good
paper.
team on paper in
That'll
the
be
middle of July.
the after 10 o'clock awards.
Yes. Yeah, the what if podcast.
The
what could have been podcast.
Well, I
I
mean,
love you, Falky. You know that.
In
You
their
know, he's
defense,
probably on
too.
Facebook. There's
Yes.
no way he's online.
He'll hear about it in
He's
the
on his
spring.
internet.
Yeah, he'll hear
He's
about
on
it.
his
He'll hear about it in
walkie-talkie.
the spring.
Walkie-talkie, probably. Well, in their defense, like we did have another new team supposed to play this year, and they were all in until that Thursday, and then they just backed out, and then they were never heard from again. So, in their defense, we kind of forced them to do it, but they were an easy decision because of their roster. I don't know. I think after talking to most people felt that the owner of the year should go to the owner of the team that wins the championship, and that would be Rob Landreau.
He kept them together all year.
One with a 6-man. Not
Yeah.
easy.
Not easy. 2
Not
years in a row,
easy.
6-man team won the GAUL championship.
Not easy at all.
That's
And
crazy.
Yeah, and to get 6 guys to qualify for the playoffs.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Some people could
Right
only
there.
get 3.
Right
mean,
there's a
Yeah.
That team
It's a
deserves the
testament.
Patch Award, I feel.
testament to him.
Yeah.
All right, so
I think it's a giveaway.
all right, congratulations,
So, yeah.
Robert Withscott
Oh, am I in
Lanjaru
the way?
will
Oh,
be
shit.
the owner of the year for 2019 GAUL. Very exciting stuff.
It is.
So he's also back-to-back champions, I believe. I believe
Yes.
the Bell Park Hooker
No.
won last year.
No.
No, you're right. I
Niff
apologize.
Man
Soy
won
boy.
last year.
But is a multi
Yes.
GAUL
Soy
champion.
boys.
Yes. And regional champion.
And Rob had a good year. For someone who sucks, he had a really good year.
He's slinging trees
Sorry.
right now, or he'd be here.
Yes, it's like in the arbor.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
White
impressive
prime time.
to win a regional championship and then win a GAUL championship in the same year. I mean, if we had a third league like soccer, then you could win the trifecta. But I don't know what our third league would be.
The indoor league, but
The indoor
that's
league.
gone because
Should we create a point system for that? All right.
Technical difficulties.
For the next time.
It's hard to run. Expensive.
Yeah, that's another podcast.
I guess we can maybe
you need
interject.
all night to run it too. It's not like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's not
Well-
cheap. There's really no big payout.
Did any of you go to the Tompkins event last week? Or 2 weeks ago?
no.
Last week?
Okay, Phil showed.
Maura, were you there?
Who would you play with?
Can you give us a little insight on the inside of the facility?
The facility was much smaller than I thought it would be.
Shut
It's
up.
definitely not suitable to our needs. Not at all. Like, no shot. There's no way it could ever work. But trying to look around at other facilities that could hopefully suit our needs. But that place was kind of shot. But you know what? A lot of kids did come down. Phil lost because he sucks. So,
Uber Eats is
but
It could be Bob. Who was that?
be a heat going on.
But yeah, no, it was okay. It was cool. It was cool
I was
event
ready to
for
run.
somebody who doesn't normally host wiffle ball. It was definitely attractive, so that I guess the kids weren't so focused on like baseball so much. But it was a cool event, just not big enough for
Are we
our
still
needs.
talking about that?
Yeah, we just want to get an inside scoop on the indoor. Well, I guess we can reach out to the guy in Jersey from last year, and I'm gonna reach
That
out
was
to
fun.
Pace
That was
tomorrow.
good.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's tough to find places
Goal,
on
indoor
now.
goal.
Well, he showed me the place in Freeport again. Freeport Rec has an indoor place, and I don't know either. It's been a
On
while. I
PNC,
don't remember.
Yeah,
It was- it looked-
no, it's on Mill. On Mill Ave.
It looked bigger than usual.
That's what she said.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we will move on to
Dude, the nasty bat on that.
Oh, all right, Maura, fine. We'll go to the nasty bat. Jeez.
We're talking about bats, are we not?
That's fair. We are talking about big swinging bats. All right, nasty bat. Best offensive player of the year in GAUL. It could have been to a lot of guys. There was a lot of offensive goals. Specifically, if you played on that one field that blew out the whole time. A lot of home runs, a lot of inflated numbers in that field. But nonetheless, a lot of offense. So I guess, what do you guys think?
Mike Valenti.
Mike Valenti.
Mike Valenti. Wow.
Mike
Oh,
Valenti.
Jeez. What
Yeah.
about Anthony Tioria, JD? I heard before
He
he was
was
reading all the
leading
stats.
in
where he was
first
just
or
saying
Yeah,
he's
yeah, I
on
heard that
fire
maybe like
most
10 minutes ago. That was a big
Yes.
discovery.
Yes.
I got that text like 10 minutes
Anthony-
ago.
Food Man, Venus,
Just
Mike
saying.
Valente, Venus,
Wow.
Mike Valente, Food Man. Couple
Anthony
other guys.
Dioria is top 5 in
Venus.
batting average,
Wow.
6 in slugging percentage, but we'll give you 5.
Well, that's because I hit the ball,
Yeah.
10 feet. That's okay.
He's second in on base percentage.
Third in hurling insults.
Wait a minute.
On base plus
Fourth in
slugging.
spitting as well.
Wait a minute.
Supposed.
And number 1 in the Pash Police.
Oh, that's true. I do,
Wow.
I do
Wow.
enforce patch.
Definitely number 1.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do think I had a really good year, but I don't think I deserve nasty back based on my performance in the last week of the season.
But
and
he'd take it
playoffs.
if we give it to him.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind it. He
But I would
wouldn't-
support giving it to Mike Valenti to do the way he raked in the
He
championship.
did rake in that.
Yeah, that was
game.
great.
That was,
I mean,
that was a
he-
great
That was a
game.
nice thing. He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, it's not
I
easy.
agree. He's a 6 switch hitter. I mean, I learned that.
Did he get a home run? Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets it.
Well, because you threw it lefty.
I did throw that.
He's like, oh, good, lefty matchup. Kabong!
Yeah, he actually.
Yeah, he muscled that out.
that's
He
goal.
definitely
No,
muscled
but
that
is goal.
he has
It
a
is
6.
goal.
He has a 6 swing lefty too.
And you
I was
wonder why I
shocked.
didn't show up.
Goal's
Pitching
not
lefty.
having fun if
And
you
you want me to go by.
We lost that game because of that.
I'm in the
That was-
club and you're pitching lefty.
Yeah, well,
Well, the guy just heavy
He's a
shoulders.
beast.
so.
it is, but
Muscle
It
that
was a
up.
strike too.
it is goal.
Was it
Of course
really?
it was. It was right over the
What
plate.
would you throw? A straight ball?
I threw a. It was probably a straight ball, but it was curved.
You
So I
probably
was
with the middle
throwing,
header.
He doing
Was
Parade?
it 46 miles per hour?
46. No, it was a very slow 30.
No.
Anyway, he crushed
That's
it.
yard.
It was very
What do we
yard.
got? So I guess we'll go with Nasty Bat 2019. Mike Valenti. Congratulations, Mike Valenti. Mike Valenti also a
Father.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Very
Which got a
excited.
lot harder, buddy.
Sleeping out, boss.
Thank God he got his award and get out of the kitchen. Alrighty. Hey Joey, how we doing on our feet over there? We're looking good. Facebook is still going. We're not recording for nothing.
That's the side of Phil's head on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Excellent. Well, that thumb head, really good. All right, so we have 2 more awards to give out. We have the Cy Young Award for Best Pitcher, and we have MVP, which is known as the most valuable player, or the most Vano player. And it does sound like my door keeps opening, right? Everyone keeps.
Yeah, I'm a little
It
nervous.
could be
It's
the
the
well,
wind.
it
It's
is
the wind.
well,
It's
it,
the
yeah,
wind.
the lock on the bottom, it doesn't stay shut even if it's locked. So there's something wrong.
So
with
everyone on
that.
Facebook knows that.
So one eye lock, the
Kicking
top
in.
lock, and there's an alarm.
I'll be here. I'll be here on Christmas.
Anyway, one thing I want to tell you about the car these days.
Yeah.
Well, at least Facebook was around when everyone knew that my dad's station wagon could start without a key and just turn the thing. You just left to like.
Oh, I would
great.
have had so much fun.
Oh yeah, I came home from vacation one time. The car was parked like backwards. It had like stuff inside of it. I was like, oh.
He just leaves it
Mike
behind.
wasn't had a car like that. He started with a screwdriver.
What is it
The
with
key
Ita-
was stuck in there. So
What is it with Italians and having cars with the inability to use a key to start it?
I had an ambulance on my job still without a key, so
Excellent.
yeah.
But that's fair. I feel like in an emergency situation, if you don't
Yeah.
have your keys, you still got to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think anybody's trying to jack an ambulance either.
You'd be surprised.
Well, that's fair.
GTA is great.
All right, let's do Cy Young Award. So this would be the best pitcher of the league.
Isn't
I'm
that the
not
Connor
kidding.
Young Award too?
It is the Connor Cy Young Award.
Oh,
Who maybe
okay.
we can
Take
call
a shot.
Connor if we have a phone. Maybe Phil, why don't you text Connor and Montero and see if they
anyone
want
else
to
but Connor, I would
Wow.
call.
What are
That's
we gonna
fair.
do? Shut up food?
No, I'm gonna do Shut Up Food. We're gonna do Shut Up Stein here at Shut Up Food. No. So best pitcher in the league. A lot of candidates, a lot of good pitchers out there. You could throw Tyler Can on there. You could throw Mike Valenti on there. You could throw me not on there.
Far
You
away.
could throw very far away. You could throw, I don't know, a bunch of people on there. So what do you guys think? We'll start with Mora this time since he's been sitting over here. Mora, who do you think is the best pitcher, stats wise, in 2019 goal?
Doc.
Excuse me.
Who do you think
Doc.
stats wise?
I agree.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on facts? I love it.
The doctor is nasty.
Yeah.
He definitely knows how to deal, and
Tyler Adele.
he's like the secret weapon. He's like a secret weapon. He just he always knows how to find it and come in and just he's so crafty too. I think I watched you whiff the ball. That was a change up there, or no, that was Adele. Sorry, I missed you up.
Well, wow. Comparing me to Adele. That's, I'm going to write that down.
Put a star.
Anyway, my vote's for Doc.
To
Thank you.
Adele. Nice.
Yeah, I second Doc. Stats alone, he needs like 3 pitching stats, and he's like top 3 in the
He had
list.
a great year on the mound.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Great year. I mean, he's always.
Yeah,
nice.
63 innings pitched. Crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he
That's
led.
crazy.
Wow.
Like,
Out of how many weeks? So it's 24 games, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
It's 12
He
starts.
went
A
14
lot of
and
those
4
innings were
14 and 4.
with a 2.26 ERA. Is that it? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm reading combined stats. In 2019, he went 8 and 3, 2.87 ERA, 46 innings pitched, 75 strikeouts.
Wow.
Dang.
That's almost 1.5 per inning. Yeah.
I would say more, but there's an ad.
Classic my
Yeah.
stats.
There you go.
Any complete games in there?
Probably.
11.
Oh, so he's the Roy Halladay, whose nickname was also Doc.
11 games started.
That's impressive.
11
That's
games.
really good. I mean, who else could we give it to if we don't give it to Doc though? Which we might, but who else is a good candidate?
Tyler's up there.
Tyler Can.
Tyler's
Tyler
up there.
Can is up there.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that they were able to still stay, I think, among the top 2 in standings with just Tyler and Ryan. You know,
Yeah,
Getting
Patron's
requests.
top 3 in all those too.
Getting requests on my phone
To
for
do
you,
what?
for you to remove clothing.
Asking for how much?
Wow. I
Who?
know you
You
going
need to be
there.
more
How much
specific
for an
when you ask
article?
me for these requests. Is it
Toast.
Yeah, it's like
Toast.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
That
It's
is
a school
such a
night.
Georgian thing to see other men take their clothes off. Oh my god. We'll see. When we transition to the Summer Series awards, we'll see. I do have a shirt underneath.
Yeah.
It's pink.
That's for the what if.
That's a start.
Podcast.
Again, post 11 p.m. Sodcast.
Yeah.
Okay?
Side.
So if for the summer series, Rookie of the Year is Toast the Massachusetts player or a New York player?
He's a
Where
nothing
do you know-
player. He
where do
played
you
in
know
one
this
event,
side?
and then so he doesn't
He played in two
qualify.
events. He did play.
Throws
Did
7,000 miles an
play. Did
hour.
play at the Open. That
I didn't
is
know
two
we had a
events.
Golden State Tennessee region as well. Where
Wow.
he played in the
Wow.
Fugazi tournament.
Wow.
Apologies to the people who ran said Fugazi
Well-
tournament, but please.
Wow.
In the comments, Mike Valenti says to check his stats to see if he's up there.
Oh.
So let's read him out loud.
Well,
he is.
These damn ads.
Yeah.
Guys,
How much
My
extra to get
stats.
those?
I just think Doc got
How
you
much a
like,
month
yeah.
is that to get
Take the
that?
nasty bat and go back to the couch.
Yeah.
Come on.
couple of
Actually,
guys breaking
he
their
finished-
arms, patting themselves on the back.
You got
in the
one award.
comments
That's not
section.
enough.
Real
6
sensitive.
awards. Let everyone eat, man.
Valenti finished 7-2 with
Nice.
a 1.11 ERA.
I stand corrected.
47 strikeouts, not compared to
Dealing with Bob the whole
Less
time.
strikeouts.
Yeah,
How many innings? Let me hear it.
2 less
Innings.
decisions.
36.
Ooh.
So that's how many less innings? That's like 10 and a half.
He wants a
10
revote.
less
Let's
innings.
revote. Who do you want to sell you?
I'm not voting for Mike Valenti.
Yeah, he got
Wow.
one.
You can't have it all.
Doc.
Sorry, he has a kid on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are his last good years, possibly before the child.
He's going to leave for 5 years, then
Yeah,
come back.
the dad body's gonna come full
Yeah.
effect. Yeah, I see what you're doing, Mike. I
Well,
see what
Doc's
you're doing.
Doc's got 3 kids, and he was playing with almost on injury with the knee all,
And he
all
juggles
summer.
on the weekends.
And yeah,
And he what?
Juggles.
and he juggles, and he golfs, and
Doc is dedicated too.
he's
very
a dedicated whiffler. He deserves the Cy Young Award.
And he was healthy.
And you know what I said to Mike Valenti? Eat shit. That's what I said.
Wow.
We got the comments live here.
To be clear, that was not directed at Montero. That was not directed.
You see what you started, Mike? Now Montero wants his stats. Look at that. Look, see? Now everybody's a critic.
Oh,
Shut
Oh,
up.
God.
God.
Well-
They're gonna be like, did you do any thought? No, we really put no thought into this.
I mean, I'd rather give it to Doc because of the more innings pitched and the more strikeouts. I mean, granted, Mike Valenti did pitch very important innings in the semis and the finals, but he also gave up a bunch of runs in the first of those innings and then held on for the rest of the game, and his offense bailed him out.
And he
So-
didn't need to look up the stats for that one.
Yeah, I did.
Look at that.
That was
Watched it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Doc. Doc
Yep.
deserves it.
We'll give it Doc.
Doc.
All right. So Danny O'Connell,
That's a
Wherever
good
you
year, though,
are.
Mike. You had a great year.
congratulations.
I think we need to go back to owner of the year and I just don't think Rob should be owner of the year. This is coming from a man that didn't show up.
And play with
Hey,
Rob for
let's
a
hear
whole
this, let's
summer.
hear this, let's
And
hear
play-
It was a crapshoot. You didn't know who was going to be there. How did anybody know that Handel and Kayvon were going to show up?
I mean,
no one knew that.
He took risks.
So-
and you gotta give him credit for taking risks.
So did Moore, and it burned him.
I'm a living proof of that.
Yeah,
Well, how does that make you feel that you're a bum and didn't show up to GAUL?
because they
You
don't
had-
like football.
You had 2 guys in Handel and Kayvon come from over an hour and a half away to play wiffle ball. You live 11 minutes away. And you didn't show
it's
up.
like 16 minutes away,
Oh,
but
God.
Well, if we're saying that, my teammate Mike Tui traveled 2.5 hours.
Yes.
So
2 years, man.
Tui.
Well, Phil, I just feel bad for the Lemonheads this summer when they signed
owner
you.
of the year should be
Yeah. Who?
NA.
Just crossed it out.
So,
Nick Arnott.
Pending.
not an
Pending.
owner. Oh, it would be Niffman. Nah, I like Rob being
I like
owner
Rob,
of the year.
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I hate Rob, but like Rob deserves
Hey
it.
Rob, hey Rob.
Where's Toast? Nobody
Can you call it?
likes Rob. Nobody. That's Toast's favorite song. Maybe now I'll take a sweatshirt off for you, Toast, because we sang together. So we're good.
Leaves you with MVP.
All right, MVP. So let's run through all the awards before we get to the MVP. Hash Award, Niffman. Most Improved, Nick Arnari and Nick
I
Valenti.
thought
Nick
that
Squared.
was you.
Golden Palm, Sean Handel. Nasty Bat, Mike Valenti.
Nobody cares.
It's like it worked.
Nobody gives a
We're
fuck.
gonna talk. We're gonna push forward.
Yeah.
Cy Young is gonna be Doc.
Is that the
Owner
new
of the Year, Rob. Rookie of the Year.
That is, huh?
The entire Mile High Hitters Club.
Push
All
it
right.
closer, please.
All right. MVP, Phil. Not you because you didn't show up.
Nope.
JD, who do you think is the most valuable player in golf?
Well, that's like
Not based on stats.
That's what the guy that you put on the team that makes that team so much better. Without him, he's not right. So, Jesus, that's tough.
That is tough.
I'm gonna say that.
This is really tough.
I guess Can I pass?
Yeah, for now you can pass. Phil, your pass.
I don't
do
know
I go?
anything.
If you remove yourself from LFG Nation,
Yes.
your team does get a little worse.
Yeah.
But how much better do you make it? I want to hear it right now.
We
You've got 30
lost-
seconds.
We lost 3-2. If I didn't hit the home run, we would have lost 3-0.
Oh, so you're like the A-Rod of the 08 Yankees. Just
There is
it's
an
solo-
INT.
It's solo shots and 9-0 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but I said that as a joke.
Well, I don't know. Every time I did look over, you were hitting the ball very well this year and pitching
Mike's
very
very
well.
valuable
So
ball player.
I just
He helped us out last year when that
Oh.
first round.
I
Yeah, he
appreciate
did.
that.
Yeah, he
Based
did.
on LFS chat,
yeah.
apparently according to Gerard, he should be MVP. How accurate is that statement?
Wow.
Why does G deserve to
I'm
be?
voting for Gerard.
Wow.
Wow.
Pull up the numbers. Let's see.
We're gonna
See,
table
no,
this.
we said,
Yeah.
We have a sidebar.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
really gonna pick Gerard?
All I heard in that chat was that he was the best player on the field.
Who texted
I
him?
think
or-
Gerard is
He said it himself.
6th and 7th every
Is
Saturday.
he? He's
Yeah.
6th and 7th though. Like,
He's 7th in batting average, 7th in slugging.
What are his pitching numbers?
Oh, and Toast wants you to show some nicks.
you know, he's really being a little. I don't
little
think. Tell
explicit.
him if he overnight ships me some fruit snacks.
Let's
I will
see.
definitely do that.
You want to see Gerard's pitching
Yeah,
stats?
let's hear Gerard's
I do.
pitching stats.
Alright.
Gerard did have to pitch a lot this year on the screwballs.
Yes.
Because he was on a team with Justin Tompkins, who doesn't really pitch, Petty, who everybody's seen a million times, and Jerry probably doesn't want to pitch that much, and you have Johnny.
Check it out.
So really, it's just Johnny, the Johnny and G show.
All right, Gerard finished the season 2-3, 3.29 ERA, 24 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
not bad.
I have a different take on the MVP.
Um,
I think it should be Jerry Cecchio because I think he provides more than just hitting in the league, but he provides muffins and alcohol beverages, and I think that ultimately.
Spray tan in the summer too.
I-
Different,
I
different
think
conversation.
I think
Wow.
I think
Spray
that
tan.
ultimately adds to the performance of a team, and I don't think that performance has to be either good or bad. I think it would just affect people in their enjoyment of ball.
Yes, but I heard
done.
I heard the rumors that those spiked Bloody Marys can make or break a
Yes.
person's
Awesome.
He gave me
performance.
some tangerine juice one time.
Oh,
I
I
never
know.
forget
His-
about
his
from last
tangerine-
year.
It's
I've
a
never
tangerine
forgotten.
mimosa, essentially.
It's
like
delicious.
Instead of orange juice,
Yeah.
it's tremendous.
All right, so I think we
so
all
good.
have biased opinions. So
I have-
can't
Yeah,
win.
so
he's,
everyone
he's the
really
new
likes
food
juice.
man. I have
He
to
should have
report.
been the owner of the year. Was he
Yeah.
even an owner or was Johnny the
No,
owner?
Jerry's the owner.
He's the owner of the year.
Jerry's the owner of the year.
You take that from Bob.
Cross out Bob. Jerry.
They are trying to impeach Bob.
Rob-
Bob, we need votes right here. This is the house right here.
Republicans voted
You know
Bob's
we're
out.
fine.
Trial will be in Beck's 2 weeks from Sunday.
But my choice for MVP was actually co-MVPs. I went with Tyler Can and Ryan Patron. Like I said before,
Gaudy numbers.
the numbers speak for itself, but also the fact that they showed up every week,
As a
you
two
know, as a two-man. You know, Venus came and helped and helped them out. I know Kenny Jr. and Senior came and
That's some good help.
helped them out as well. It was great help.
Yeah.
But
That is
regardless,
some
the
good
fact
help.
that they showed up
Yeah, that
and
is
played
some
as a two-man and pretty much made it to the championship as a two-man, I think that they should get the award.
And if you look at these stats here, Tyler's name is all over. Tyler,
100%.
yeah, Tyler's name is literally all over. It's pitching and hitting.
When I was talking to Rob earlier, he said that he thought Tyler Kane was a shoo-in for the Cy Young and/or MVP until him falling apart in the last few innings of the championship.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but I don't think it's fair to also judge a guy.
Are we doing regular season or?
Well,
combined?
no, it's the whole season.
Okay.
we
It's
got,
a portrait.
we've
It's a portrait.
at this point we've included playoffs and some of the other decisions.
Okay.
So, but I think you can't judge a guy's season by 2 innings. And like, sure, like,
No.
did he blow it? Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's not the most valuable player on the team? No,
Used
he
to say
got
that
them
about
there,
me
right?
all the time, man.
Yeah.
Did he blow it? Of course he did.
Very good point. Yeah, I mean, and Tyler Kane probably did more of the pitching than Patron, I would say.
Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
more up there in pitching. Him and Ryan like split the hitting,
They-
but
they-
Tyler's a little more up there
Yeah.
in pitching.
I
Jesus
don't know.
Christ, who
I
pitched
feel-
it?
I know. I keep looking at Phil like he's going to contribute to
No,
it.
I'm lost here. I don't know
Maybe he
anything.
should just like contribute as a
Yeah,
person. You know?
Ryan had a very
all I heard was that,
At least go. I agree.
all I heard was that they played well. That was it. I
Yeah,
knew
who
nothing
pitched these
about it.
guys? Jesus Christ.
Well, most of those stats are inflated from Mile High Hills Club, so.
Wait a minute. Kenny
Ooh.
and his dad played with Patron and Can
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
The last
Yeesh.
week of regular
Yeah.
season.
That was my second loss.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
tough.
That's a good one.
Those are tough subs to have.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny Senior isn't probably very good at yard.
He's very good at it.
No,
with the ball.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
All
But
around.
Rodgers
All
are
around.
very-
Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
All right,
with
so
that.
let's narrow it down here. So we think the MVP is either going to be Jerry Chech, no, Tyler King.
After careful
Actually,
consideration.
Jerry's not going to like that because Jerry and I are in a little bit of a tiff right now. He's not thrilled with me.
That's for the.
Ever since I snubbed him at an indoor event last winter, he's been very much not talking with me.
Sidebar.
Very weak
Yeah, I know.
move.
We'll discuss that further on the 11 p.m. edition of the Italians and Wiffle Ball podcast.
That's like
We're not
12:30.
invited.
That could-
Can I make up?
That's going to just be this side.
I'll
of
be
Joe
I'll be the
and
token.
Joe.
We could be the token.
You guys,
that goes on
Yeah.
12:30.
you're close enough to it.
There we go. See.
So Tyler Can,
I'm going with the co
co-MVP.
MVPs.
I have to go, Tyler.
Yeah.
I love you, Ryan.
No, no.
Yeah, Tyler.
Uh,
He had a great
Oh,
year.
man. We gotta bring home something.
I'll go with Tyler Can too. I think Tyler Can deserves it. He's a great player. All right, Tyler Can, congratulations! You are the 2019 GAUL MVP.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
okay.
Cleaning up the award
Very,
show.
very official system here we've got going, by the way. I
Dark
did talk
Knights
to
cleaning
people.
up the awards.
Well, too bad they're going to split up next
Not,
year.
right.
not Dan Hardy.
That's right, planting the seeds of dissent within the New York Dark Knights.
Who
Will
can?
Mike Valenti leave because his wife is in labor?
Stay tuned. Yeah.
Okay.
In July.
All right.
We're
All
showing
right, so
up
there's
on
our GAUL Awards for 2019. Thank you everybody for participating. We're just going to quickly now run through, so as everyone knows, we run a summer league as well. We're going to run through the summer awards real quick. Then we're going to announce the first ever 2019 GSWL Golden Stick Man of the Year, also known as Whiffler of the Year. Maybe we'll keep it a little
Freestyle.
more
Wow.
gender neutral, so Whiffler of the Year. So now we can bring in Phil, because Phil played this summer.
I did.
Not a
Quite a
lot.
bit. I
Again,
did. I
you
played
know,
every tournament.
did a really good job setting up fields. Maybe
True.
not playing. So Phil, real quick, who do you think is the most improved player from the summer?
Most improved player.
Yeah, we'll start from the
You
bottom.
broke the stats?
Yeah, Mike has got the stats up for the summer.
All right, this is nuts.
My vote is Nick Arnari. If we're not gonna, I mean, even though we gave them both for GAUL, my vote is still Nick Arnari.
My vote is Sean Earhart.
Sean Earhart's a good
That's
vote.
a good vote.
That's
That's a good
actually a
vote.
really good vote.
Sean
Actually,
Earhart.
it's interesting because the guy that stood out to me is shouldn't really count, but I mean Peter popped off for me because he really sucked in yard. And was amazing last year.
That's a very good
really
point.
good.
He still doesn't pitch very
He's
well.
such a good player though, so it's hard for me to say, oh, he's most improved because he's great instead of being good.
Well, we can
So-
definitely put this as like this is going to be very arbitrary, these decisions. So it's more about discussion. So we can give it to really whoever we want.
I mean, Sean Earhart is an excellent pick.
Did he almost
Just
beat the
from
enemy?
week 1 to the last week
I
of the
believe
season.
so.
Somebody told me
you
that.
beat the enemy. This guy beat
No,
the enemy.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah,
somebody told me that
yeah,
Sean.
humility over
Jordan
there.
gave him an award.
That's for the 11
Mike
o'clock.
Palpin won his New York City.
Wait, was he a
Department of
rookie this year, or was
Sanitation
he-
Sean, I think this is his rookie year, right?
Yeah, so I could table him for most improved and give him Rookie of the Year.
I would agree with that too because he is a rookie.
He's a rookie.
For Sean
Sean.
Earhart.
So then
Oh, I
we have to-
had a different vote for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, who's your
get
vote
to
for
that.
Rookie of the
Wait
Year?
a minute, isn't
We'll
Sean?
talk about
No,
Well, hold
let's
on,
get
hold
our
on,
most
hold on, hold on.
improved.
Patron is a rookie. Is
Yeah.
a rookie too.
Is a summer rookie. That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had
And
some.
you had someone different
Yeah,
as
Jake?
well.
No, I had Ray.
No, he.
What are we talking?
I
Yeah,
think
Ray
I
Ludick.
thought
Ray,
Ray
we
was
discussed
here,
him the other night.
and everybody
Yeah.
else was kind of there, and not just
Most improved
because
or
we
MVP?
were playing with him.
No, Ray is for
I mean, if you want to say that, I beat them too. So.
Oh,
Well, I want to say we lost.
the only reason
He's putting a target on
the
that.
only reason I took Ray over Beck and Dave was because Ray pitches.
Yeah, I agree. We have that for sure.
Well, then you really just got to talk about like they're also should they be? Should we give them the whole rookie of the year as well?
They came in.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I'm
their
willing to give all
ass
three of them
off.
rookie of the year
Rookies
because
of
they
the
came
year.
in and
Yeah.
they went 0-3 and then
And
beat us,
made it to the finals.
and then that was the end. They were just unbelievable the rest.
Yeah,
of
they
the
hit
Yeah.
like crazy.
So-
The week that they made the finals, we were beating them by a lot in the final game, and they made it on run def because I think Timmy hit me a ball that bounced off my chest and I fell over the fence. So it went for a
So
home
you're
run.
the-
So I was the reason they made the finals.
So you're the reason why they
That's
faced
what I
us.
like. That's what I
That
like
was
to hear
the-
from a former teammate.
My blatant confidence was the reason that they made the finals.
Oh man, we hate to see that.
Well, I was trying to play with one arm.
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I agree.
But that was like week 3, wasn't
I
it?
agree. It hurts
Go through the
internally.
list. I'll give you that, yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Wow.
Most
Go Gio
Most
coming in
improved,
hot.
Sean Earhart.
Okay.
I can
I'll
get
give-
behind that a lot.
Yeah, and then I would give rookie of the year the entire Lemonheads.
It was a drastic improvement for Sean all season, from week 1 to the last week of the season.
So what are we doing?
Was he a rookie this year?
Yeah, it was.
Sean Earhart.
Yeah,
What
it
would
was.
you?
Yeah.
Who are you thinking?
He played GAUL with me last year.
Yes.
But didn't really show up that much because Dan also didn't show up too much, so
Yeah.
he only played a few weeks.
Okay.
And then this summer was definitely his first year.
Okay.
So we're giving him most improved.
I'll give him most improved.
Look how much room you gave me right there.
No problem. Well,
SH.
SE.
SE. Yeah.
And then put lemon heads for the rookies of the
Or
year.
just put POC.
No, POC, yeah.
Oh, sorry, POC. Wow, I'm
Piss off
just getting
No,
criticized.
put lemon heads.
Which one do you prefer?
You're on the team.
Now he's the de facto
What are you guys
owner.
going by?
I'm not de facto owner.
No, you
Still.
won't. I want to know. All right, so let's move along here. Let's go to owner of the year this summer. I'm not giving it to Rob, even though he's a regional champion.
I'm gonna give it to Rob.
Oh my God! No.
Beautiful team you put together.
He's gonna float his ego. Owner of the year, best guy in the world. Why does that keep flowing?
I'm gonna be biased and give it to my man right here.
That's fair.
Broke his arm first event.
What does that have to do with him being an owner, though?
He came back two
came
weeks
back
after.
And paid.
And paid to play. Came
I
back
kid.
2 weeks after, and still showed up. Made it back to the open.
You also
where-
got to consider guys. Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
I
They
forgot
come to every
about
event. You also got to consider guys who lost their whole team and then put together a team of young kids
That's
that made the playoffs and made a run. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Lost the whole team. Put a
That's true.
grab this rookie, grab this old guy, and said, "Let's fucking play."
Your team?
No, I'll never tout myself.
Who's the old guy?
No, is that what you
referring
said?
No, wait, hold on. There was an older guy that made a thing on the team, wasn't there? No.
Winnie?
What is that?
Yeah, a lot of turnover on that roster. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, it is a
Yeah,
next
no,
one.
Jason, he's up there as
difficult
well.
decision.
He's definitely up there as well.
I'd say Sammy, but that's not my.
I'd say JD, but that's not my
Oh,
position.
great. I was saying me. No, I'm kidding. I did a great job signing Eric Anderson before anybody else had a chance to sign him. So
That's
that was a
true
good
too.
That
job.
was
Yeah.
Good move.
And then we actually had our best season, but as usual, we do the same thing, so I don't get credit for finishing in the same position and making errors to cost our teams.
We'll find an award for that.
Yeah,
You almost had
the
it.
11
Yeah.
a horseshoe award.
Yeah, there you go. The close
All right,
one,
so it's
don't
between Rob, Sammy, and JD.
Trifecta.
Wow. Rob, Sammy, JD. Who do you think?
Sammy.
JD.
Sammy.
JD.
Well,
I learned. No, wait.
Rob.
so it's up to me, Rob,
Wait, can
or
I-
JD.
can I get
Rob?
my-
No, Rob.
Can I get my 2 cents about why I chose JD
Yeah,
versus
do it.
There we go, let's go.
Because you signed.
You know what? I'm gonna take.
Because he gave you a
I'm gonna take that
chance.
switcher off now while we do this. Yeah,
That's right, it's getting hot.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I can't tell if me talking to you is going to seduce you. To
No, it's fine.
He looks so nervous.
No, I mean, I was not never like part of a team prior to JD picking me up, but like I learned a lot as like managerially and like I don't know if you know
Oh,
that,
for
but I don't
sure.
think
Yeah.
on the field. So like it was good to have somebody mentor me with the idea
Yeah.
of like,
He
hey,
does
like
do that.
be mindful of this,
He
be
does do that.
mindful of that, and like those are things that I'm definitely going to take with me, which
Yeah.
ultimately wanted me to be a GAUL manager, which I really didn't do anything. Diori did most of it, but like I was appreciative for
That's why we
somebody
lost.
to have patience with me on the field and learn as much as I did. That's
Can
why
we get Jake to co-sign that?
Wow, that was really nice.
Yeah.
That
That was
really
good.
That was
I'm not
really
an
heartfelt
idiot.
That was
stuff.
touching.
I just
That was
don't think
touching.
sometimes.
Is he giving you a ride home? Is that why? No, that's fair. I think. Listen, JD's been here for a long time now. JD always brings out the best in his players. 'Cause
Lost his team and brought
there's
it
nothing
back.
better than an owner who exhibits passion. So it's tough not to want to play for a guy who exhibits passion and who wants the ball and wants to
And he's
play
making a
hard.
new team already again this year,
Yeah.
right? Looks it.
From scratch.
Guys, listen, that's what he does.
He gets it done.
But on that note,
Flip the
I'll give it to Sammy.
Fair enough. Sammy,
I tried, Jay. I tried.
That's right.
I tried.
Eat shit, Rob.
Rob won one already.
Yeah, I agree.
the minute I start winning shit, is the minute this league is over.
It's really just because Sammy fell over the wall and didn't sue the league.
Dude,
That's
he
what it
fucking
comes
came.
down
Yeah, I thought about it.
to. Let's call it spade a spade.
Yeah, he came to me after. He was like, "You could sue, but
Did you sign a
do
waiver?
you want to play?" Yeah,
I
I
want
was
to
like,
pull a Lou, come running out to Ryan Wood if he blew his ACL. He signed his waiver?
Yeah.
Oh, sign his waiver with me? Oh.
yeah. At the Open, I felt like really attacked at the amount of waivers that was signed. That was really enforced.
We got issues.
Dude, watching and not playing is one of the hardest things to do. So
Horrible.
coming down it
It
shows
took
a
him
lot
like
about
2
your
hours to put on
character.
his jersey with his sling.
He liked when you guys dressed him though.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I think, even though he didn't play too much this year, since we didn't give it to him for GAUL, I wonder if maybe we could give Golden Palm to FK.
No.
Or we give it to somebody else.
And then-
No,
Because
he
FK
didn't
only
play.
played
He
2
didn't
weeks,
play.
right? Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and
We
vote
played
for
him.
myself for Golden Palm, and I'm going to give a reason why.
Okay.
What
I
on?
shouldn't win at all.
You shouldn't win it all?
No, but I'm going to give myself the vote just so I can say to people that question my fielding ability, yeah, but they're still voting for me for Golden Palm.
Yeah.
Even in my advanced age.
Oh, my God. What about Matt Valenti? How do you feel about Matt
He's a
Valenti?
nutcase.
Yeah, that's
Those walls
that's
slowed him down, though.
But
Those walls. So you
yeah.
know how many homers he could have
That's
brought?
true.
So I
He's a
agree
different
with you.
player.
I think he hated the fact that we had these new fences this year.
And those dangerous
He
balloons.
couldn't run into them. But I still think he makes all the other plays diving around the
He'll
outfield.
adapt and he'll get next
What-
year.
what
He'll
are
be
we talking
fine.
about?
But isn't the award named
Golden
after
Palm
him?
now.
'Cause-
Yeah, it's the Mile Award, right?
The Mile Palm Award.
He's great.
Who
You
got
put him in the
it?
outfield, then you forget.
I've seen him
You
throw
just
people
let
out
him go.
too now in the
Well,
outfield.
if
I'm
that's
like,
the case, we could put Chris up there as well.
Wait, what's wrong with him?
oh, I love you, Chris.
Oh, sorry.
He does play well.
He's
though.
voted
He
for
voted
Valenti.
well at
I
home.
took Matt Valenti.
You could put every single member of 10 Run Rule on Golden Palm list.
That's a
also.
very good point.
Yeah,
NC's
that's
an unbelievable
very true.
fielder.
I
No,
mean,
I
that,
think
they're just ridiculous.
They also
I
need
feel like Golden
Same, same with
every
the
stat.
enemy.
Yeah,
Same
all
with the
of them.
enemy. Just, oh, yeah, okay.
Wait, isn't that the defensive award?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times do people hit the ball that give like 10-run rule the
But didn't they
advantage?
lose-
Well, when they do, they just always make the play.
Yeah, they're ready.
Yeah.
No, no,
Nancy-
I think he might.
Nancy made a
Yeah,
play in goal this
so-
year that was insane.
Yeah,
he
he's-
just like
Those guys are all great on defense.
And didn't he
It goes
hurt his
without
knee
saying.
as well?
Can I give
Yes, he
Super
did.
Qualifier?
Badly. I remember him laying on the floor.
can
getting
I
right
give the
back
Golden
up.
Palm to Ryan O'Connell?
oh Doc's son.
Oh, that
Oh.
pass.
Yes.
Ryan O'Connell.
Yep.
In that one
He
play.
no, he made like that was
I
beautiful.
thought he was. I mean,
That takes years to learn how to do something like
I
that.
just feel like
Yes.
I feel like that,
No one told him nothing too. He just
I
smacked
feel like
it
that
to
was
his dad.
I feel like that was monumental, but I think they also did.
We saw it live. I
I
think
thought,
we were
I thought
watching.
they did a
it.
good job.
Yeah.
Like I thought Doc did a good job mentoring his kids and like really showing them the way. And like I thought
They
that,
played strictly outfield too.
Life too.
yeah, in life too. But I think that like that play. I think that play alone was like good. I thought,
Anthony should be up for Golden Palm.
Caputo's
also.
a very good fielder
Yeah.
too.
Field's good
Yeah.
fielder.
Oh,
yeah, he's-
This is a tough. This is a lot more guys.
Can we come back to this?
I'm gonna vote for. I'm gonna vote for Anthony. I'm
Oh,
gonna
so-
pass the torch. to
So wait a
Anthony.
minute. So now Phil Fresiello is no longer relevant for Golden Palm because you no longer have to vote.
You get two
You get to
votes.
vote for yourself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's it. Phil is now.
no comment. No comment.
I guess.
My vote is me and Dan.
Oh my god. I'm still gonna go with Matt Valenti.
He
I'm-
still is very
I'm
good.
gonna have to go with Matt. He's
Where
a
you going
nut.
with-
Anytime like a foul ball, you're like Jesus. This
He
kid
gets.
might
To,
catch
I'm
it.
saying he gets to everything.
He
Yeah, he's
reminds me of
annoying.
myself, which makes me very proud.
A young Phil.
A young
That's
Phil.
fair. I can see that.
I think.
I like the way he flies around the field.
I think no matter who wins, I think Matt's always Mr. Golden Palm, so I'm not gonna give. It to
Well,
him.
let's wait a second.
No, it's true.
Who
I
died
mean,
and made him
Okay.
Mr. Golden
The
Palm?
award should be named after me. Let's be
Yeah,
serious.
But is
who
it-
started it?
But no,
I mean-
I'm gonna go with Ant from 10 Run.
Ant C.
That's a good pick
Okay,
too.
so we have Ant C. We have
Ant, I'm gonna go with Kathy.
and Matt Valenti, Caputo,
Pace said Nick
Ma.
Martinez.
Matt Valenti.
I mean, I guess if I have to pick a male and female, male would be Ant C, female would be Phil.
Let's go. Two votes.
Yeah, look at that. We're on our way.
I'm willing to give.
I got both genders.
I'm willing to give Ant C the Golden Palm because you're right. Mavi, it is his award.
Yeah.
I'll give Ant C the Golden Palm. He deserves
Wow.
it. Anthony Cerachillo, wherever
Yeah.
you are,
Attaboy, Ant.
at your job as a doctor. Golden
He's
Palm,
probably looking
congratulations.
at a hoo-ha right
That's
now.
true. He is a
Is he got it?
gynecologist.
Yeah,
Is he good?
yeah, that's
All
what I
right.
got. Isn't that crazy?
Attaboy.
Wow.
Could we just skip the right to MVP and just give it to Norris?
The GG award.
Is it Norris with glasses or Norris without glasses? Because Norris with
Yeah,
glasses.
imagine he was
Norris beat
pre-
Glasses
Norris is the
bad.
man.
Yeah. He was doing all that with not seeing.
I just feel like he's the MVP until like we can't until
Ben played very well.
Ben did play very
Ben
well.
played
lead-
amazing.
leads in
But who
1-2.
won the national championship?
That's
Norris.
true.
Kevin
No, I
Norris.
understand.
I'm okay. I got
Ty and Kev and
Well, again,
Handel
like-
and Purcell
Mhm.
all played amazing the whole day.
Like you said earlier, if you take a guy off the team, are they worse? Like, is the enemy the same if it's just Ty and Handel and Purcell without Norris?
No, probably not.
Nobody's the same with Norris.
No,
This is-
so
I've seen Ty do some pretty spectacular.
it's Kevin
So
Norris.
they're still great. It's just Kevin Norris. You're right.
In Palisades, before me and Peter actually showed up in mind and not just body, Ty played as a 1 for like 6 weeks and pretty much beat everyone by
Wasn't he the
himself.
king of Palisades?
So like, you know,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ben played really well too. I feel like we're
Well, so
selling
let's
Ben
give
How
Ben
short
many
all the time.
super qualifiers? did
Ben could be
Kevin
Cy.
win?
Ben could be
A
Cy
lot.
Young.
A lot.
If you
So,
take,
I think
off
Ben could
that
be
team,
nasty
They don't
bad.
have. They have one pitcher.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah,
be able
no,
to-
Wait, doesn't
I
all the
see-
10 rule be nasty?
Yeah,
Didn't
right.
they lead and
If
everything?
Cy Young, if Norris was MVP, then Stant was Cy Young.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Nasty Bat
I think
was
Nasty Bat-
Johnny Chech.
Oh, I was gonna say Gary DeVito.
He's won that award a few before too, and I don't think Johnny had as good of a year as usual.
Well,
No,
maybe you should
you
go
better
check
say
the
it.
Well,
stats.
let's look at the stats. Let's see it.
Gary too,
For-
Gary.
yeah,
You
Gary
said
DeVito.
Gary.
Look at
DeVito.
Johnny.
Yeah,
Look at Gary.
Okay.
Gary
Gary
Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And C too.
So batting,
Yeah,
okay, so
NC's up there with
Johnny
Gary, the
Chech
fucking
is
beast.
second in batting average and third in slugging percentage.
Who won the batting title?
Uh, no, Stan.
Stant.
Stan.
Wow.
Stan batted
Yikes.
519 with a slugging percentage of.
Nasty
1.2.
Bat is based on numbers, correct?
Not as much as Cy Young, but yes. The numbers should sway.
So what's
you.
your opinion based on
DeVito
I'm
is
just
under
biased,
Johnny in
um,
both batting average and
But
slugging
that's a really good
Who is?
number by Stan.
DeVito.
stats? Gary's better than Johnny?
No, he's under
Below Johnny.
Wow.
I wouldn't give it to Gary either, so.
Yeah.
Stan had a great year on the
And
mound.
seeing
Stan had a
it.
great year at the plate. Norris did both. It's a toss-up, man. It's a complete toss-up.
Toss my salad.
Call ye.
Alright, so
Ben was
Nasty
second in
Bat
home
goes to
runs in
Stan, or who does
25?
Cy Young go to?
I'm more willing to give Ben Nasty Bat than Cy Young.
What are
I
the
feel like
pitching
he.
numbers?
Yeah, I want to see
Stan had a 1.32 ERA. He finished third.
Who was first?
Red. Red and
Yeah,
Matt.
right. That doesn't count. He throws 900 miles an hour.
Red and then Matt from State of Mind was second.
Oh.
129.
Venti.
How many starts?
Venti too. Venti
Venti's
Nasty
really
Bat.
He didn't have as much starts as Ben.
Yeah, but Ben, they didn't play as many
Ben
events,
has-
yeah.
I know. That's
Johnny,
why.
3
'cause I
times as
didn't-
many starts.
There's a lot of guys who are really unbelievable hitters.
I'm sorry. I can't
Yeah.
give the Cy Young to anybody but Ben.
Yes, Stan had 96 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So let's give him both.
Wait, we're gonna Ben what?
We're gonna give
Nasty
Ben
Bat.
Cy Young and Nasty Bat? Can you do
7
that and
point-
not give him MVP? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah,
Averaged
numbers
about
do.
I don't know. You were the
8
guys that said.
I don't know.
Candidates. If you have one, you can have the other. But if you have 2, you have to have all 3.
Oh, we said the other night I thought NC actually could have been a Nasty Bat too because I feel like
He had a great
He's-
year, man.
he's up
NC
there in
had a
numbers.
good year,
he just
dude.
literally is like, I'm gonna hit this ball.
And you know
He's up
what?
there.
He
His
also
bat
plays
was
hurt.
nasty, NC this
He
year.
leads
Everything
in
he
home.
did,
He
destroyed.
NC leads in home runs.
I think he should get
Runs
it.
batted
He
in.
also played
Hold on.
hurt too.
He did.
Yep.
All right.
Doubles.
So do we give? So let's give NC Nasty Bat and Ben Cy Young,
I like that.
I
and that
like
kind
that.
of rewards Ted
Because,
Rule for their
if you
unbelievable season as well.
If you remember weeks 1, 2, and 3, NC was just better. Like,
He was
right up the-
unconscious.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah.
NC,
He's getting Golden Palm and Nasty Bat.
that's fair.
That's, yeah.
I think that's
I
ridiculous.
had
that's
Johnny Chech for Nasty Bat.
Yeah, but he said his numbers are
Yeah,
only better than Gary.
Johnny-
Checio's gonna be upset that they're shut out here.
He could be
And
considered
NC
for all
could
the
still win
awards,
too,
though.
but-
I mean, Johnny hands,
So Cy Young's Ben. That's
Yeah, let's give Ben the Cy Young.
all those strikeouts.
Best body.
JD.
Who has
I
the
mean,
best
Phil.
Well, we should do a superlatives most likely to have the most attractive body when they hit 50. Oh wait, all the Checios. And Goof.
and Nasty Bat. Do we agree on?
Nasty Bat, NC,
Oh, man.
The
NC.
superlative.
NC.
Most likely to not show up at goal.
Phil.
Most likely to get drafted.
First
and then
unanimous.
most likely to get drafted by a team that he doesn't want to play for and then not show up at
What pick did you use for
He
him?
knew he was going to
Great.
throw left.
goal. No, the 3rd round pick.
Third round?
Yeah, not
Great.
3rd pick, 3rd round.
Yeah,
pick.
third round.
You
Well,
want
that's
to
where you belong in the 3rd round.
I
All
agree.
right, so now we have to discuss.
No argument here.
Now we have to discuss 2019 GSWL Man of the
Yeah.
Year.
So
Okay.
let's finish up here. So, Man of the Year. So this is Whiffle of the Year. This is something that I don't know. I kind of created 2 weeks ago, and I think we should do it because I think it rewards a player who's not necessarily the best at the position, but really embodies what our Wiffle Ball League is supposed to be about moving forward.
Wow.
It's like a almost like a humanitarian award.
Oh, that's
It's not you. It's
This is simple. It's
it's me. Not giving a human thumb in a
Field
award. Man of the
through-
Year.
Field
Not happening.
through 2017 Palisades Teammate of the Year. Come on. this is
Palisades.
easy.
This is the golden stick.
Well, it carries over.
Wiffle of the Year. No, it doesn't. It's a different league. No, not happening.
Oh.
So
Come on.
it's not necessarily, again. It's not always
Where's
about
the
the
host?
numbers. This is just a guy who probably is a good sportsmanship. He would get that award. Guy you want on your team. Guy who for me pays his league fee on time. Doesn't give me a hard time about stuff.
Wow.
You're
Wow,
describing me.
All those things you
Describing
talk
me.
about really point to Montero.
You're describing
Terrell's
me.
No,
awesome.
Montero got that email
Terrell's
about
my
that
boy.
kid's family that didn't like him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sorry, Terrell. It's public record.
Yeah.
Wait.
If you go anywhere near the Long Island
What?
courts,
So for those of you who don't know,
oh, that's
I'm gonna keep this as PG as possible, and it was verified.
No
that-
last names. No last
It was verified that it could not be corroborated that it actually happened. But when we had one of those, the LI Force, a group of kids that came, I believe the second event, not the first event, the second
Yeah,
event,
'cause I was
they
there.
allegedly, well, not allegedly, they did play
Listen,
the Crusaders terrorist team in an exit game, but allegedly the Crusaders were not really being good sports to the children. Taro denies it, Mammy denies it. Sanchez has no idea, doesn't remember. So, and I'm not saying the bad way, he just doesn't
He wasn't
remember.
paying attention.
So I think maybe the kids were just really upset
that
and
they
they
were.
lost.
That they
and
lost their money.
Maybe that
Take
Taro
candy
was.
from a kid, bro.
I think Taro was also probably like, well, we need these 2 points, so I can't just give these kids this. And they had to argue about a foul ball, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, we played them. We
Who
we
cares?
were being nice. We almost lost.
Yeah, those kids
Yeah.
are going
Remember that, Ryan?
I hope I think the kids will be back next year. I'm sure they'll be back. They had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna hopefully not let one alleged incident ruin it. So anyway, Montero not gold man of the year though. So we're moving on. So what do you guys think? Who's somebody? We'll go around quickly and then we'll kind of do a quick vote. Who do you think is somebody who just embodies wiffle ball? They're a positive, upbeat person. They're a great guy. They do a lot in the community for wiffle ball. They just do a lot of
I got my
things.
vote.
And
I think I did.
they're like Time Magazine's Man of the Year. They're Golden Stick Wiffle Ball League's Man of the Year.
I do work
It's
in a
not
soup
you.
kitchen.
Let's start with Kazana.
Wow.
You want me to? Oh.
Yeah.
Let's start with Sammy.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, it's
I
a
gotta
tough.
think about
It's a
that
tough
one.
thing to just think about here in the last 5 minutes of our show. But
It might carry over from the past show. I'm saying Niff.
Niff Man.
Yeah, always brings the energy.
So let's get a
Yes.
list going.
His
here.
tent is open.
Yes.
Limited.
Yep.
Unlimited supply of beers and white clothes.
He is a great, and he's a great ambassador.
Great teammate, I've heard.
Yeah,
Does he pay on time?
absolutely.
No,
Let's
he
see.
pays the-
Actually, he didn't. He's paid like the second week.
I'm gonna go with.
But I'm not worried about him because he's employed. So
I'm gonna go
He's an
with.
accredited whiffler.
yes, he's very much.
I'm going
an
Niff.
employee.
I think I'm gonna go with Jerry and John.
As a co
As a co-
the Chechios.
Also a good one too.
Without one, ain't no one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. Phil, who do you think is the GSW?
Other than yourself.
Other than
Me.
yourself.
Who's second? Who's
Besides
second?
myself.
If you were ineligible for whatever reason.
I
shout
think
out.
it's got to be a man with perfect attendance who showed up and brought a team in after losing his team. I think it's JD.
Wow.
Wow.
That's true.
Not just because of my balls.
Is the money.
So
Does he pay on
But
time?
he's never missed a tournament.
JD pays for his whole team up front. And
Ever.
They pay him. It's amazing. No,
How many
JD's the
tournaments
best
have you
owner.
Yeah, I don't do that.
JD,
I haven't
They have like
JD's owner.
7
In
jerseys.
8 years.
JD's is owner of the year.
They have
He's
matching
owner,
shorts.
he's owner of all
Perfect
time.
attendance in 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't missed
Really?
an event in 8 years.
Are you
I
serious?
haven't won an event in 8 years, but I haven't missed an
A
event.
lot of
Yeah.
people haven't won an event in 8 years. That's incredible. You haven't missed any event.
Lost
serious?
multiple teams, picked
Back
up the
your-
pieces, and just
Back
kept
our
coming
games don't
back.
count.
No, every single Golden Stick event for the past 8 years in New York I've made.
And he not only does that, he
traveled.
How many
Travels.
times did you go
And
to
you went to
Boston?
Mass.
and he
This year,
organizes
this
back
year.
Three
Twice.
times, 3 times.
And
Three
got
times
organized
trips
And
to
you're the
Boston.
next commissioner. Like you organize winter whips. You organize anytime there's no whiffs
Just
being
like to
played.
make it easy
you
for my
set up
boys.
whiffs.
Yeah, I like to set it up with you guys.
Johnny was the first guy that came to mind. Besides myself, obviously.
I think JD needs to like own one.
We're gonna go to
Our zombie.
malaria over here.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, I did hear that the bubonic plague was making a comeback. Dan, your thoughts?
I don't really know, like, man.
Are you vaccinated, by the way? Because
I am
anti-vaxxers.
vaccinated.
It's too late. You're ready. It's too late.
I don't really know. I guess I'm not. I mean, I think JD. That's definitely. I don't have any other prior
Yeah,
commitments.
I don't disagree with having JD as man of the year, even though he's sitting here, so it's kind of awkward to say no. But I mean, JD does
Look at
embody.
the other one.
He does have so much passion, and he cares, and he does. He's got great attendance. Great attendance means a lot. Just considering
And
we're-
that's better than
considering we
owner
have
of the
people
year.
who flake tonight. People who flake all the time. It's nice to know that when I ask who's in and JD says in, they're in.
Yeah.
Whether it's a 2, a
No
3, a
last
4,
minute, nothing.
nothing.
Yep.
They are in.
you.
So I do respect that. Back to you. You had said Chechios.
Yes.
Again, I see a lot of Italians on here. Fresiello, Cecchio, Tulo, Denaro, Dioria.
Family.
I think if you could put a Cazada or Perez as
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it even.
Perezzo.
Yeah,
List gets out.
yeah.
Yeah.
See it on there.
All right, all in favor? I guess, I think it does. it is appropriate that the Golden Stick Man of the Year is here
In
to
attendance.
Yes.
accept his award. So
All right,
on behalf
write my
of
name up there.
on behalf of Golden Stick, I can't speak for Golden Stick Mass, but on behalf of Golden Stick New York,
Yep.
JD, congratulations! You're the
Thanks, guys.
Well deserved.
Wow.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I agree. That's
I
got
agree.
you
People are
right
asking.
here.
Don't tell Venus.
All right.
Wow.
People
All
are
right,
asking
guys. I'll
for-
see you on the next one.
All right.
All right,
People
cool.
ask-
And that Man of the Year out.
Geoff and who runs the Golden Stick page?
I do. Well, we do. I'll have one.
Someone asked, "What's the number to call him?"
I tell him we didn't have a number to call him because we didn't have the phone to connect. And it was
Who wanted to call?
And Phil didn't want to give his phone number out.
Geoff and whoever.
Geoff and Vitero wanted to call in, but
They don't
I
have
didn't.
my
I
number.
honestly, it's not your fault. I didn't know that we didn't have that wire. So whatever. Not a big deal. You can comment. It's 2019. You can text your opinions.
Wow.
But if you want, we can have the post podcast show tomorrow, maybe.
Nice.
All right, folks.
Although
So-
in Jeff's defense, he was the only guy that showed up in a suit this year. So.
well,
The newest throwback.
perhaps I mean he's easily Golden Stick's first and only ever Weatherman of the Year by far.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to give Geoff props. I mean, he loves the league.
This is going to be Jeff's year. He's going to be ready to play.
And yeah, we want to. Oh, that's true. You did sign him. So
I
now you
see-
have.
I see
You didn't know the weather before us. Oh.
And I'm going to have him lie to all you
Oh
guys.
my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Just kidding, he
30
doesn't
miles
lie.
an hour out of the
False
east.
Yeah.
weather reports.
It's gonna be like 10
Fake
rules.
news,
Pick every.
please.
We do have to thank Geoff for the plug that he does give us on News 12
Yes.
a few times, especially that one about the goal playoffs. So we do Geoff, thank you very much. News 12, thank you very much. You did come down and do an expose on us about 8 years ago now, 8.5 years ago, which brought the 2019 Man of the Year into the league. So thank you, News 12. See how it all works out?
It does.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our show. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank Sammy.
It's more.
I want to thank Phil. I want to thank JD. I want to thank Maura. I want to thank Joe, our producer behind the
Joey.
computer, coming out, and I am Anthony Dioria. Moving forward in 2020, we're going to be trying to have weekly podcasts here. It's going to be called the Let's Go Sunday podcast. Anybody knows anything about Golden State, you should know what Let's Go Sunday means. Ha! Let's go Sunday. Maybe it could be the Come On podcast, but so we're going to try to do this weekly. We do the best we can. We love Winter Contact. We got four episodes of information written up. So hopefully my guests and our guests will show up again, and we can
Let's
make
go.
this great.
I'll
be
Okay.
here.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Wolves.
Peace.
Let's go.